You see this? We want this. We love this. We need this. But this, yeah, we don't need this.
As a member of the African American community, we would like to humbly decline your offer. Since you don't want your own race, maybe the Hispanics will take you instead. So sorry, you have been declined.
Thank you for the referral on that, but the Hispanic community, we're going to have to pass on that. You could check the Asians, though.
As a representative of the Asian community, after careful consideration, unfortunately, we cannot take her. She will also be banned from ever taking out Chinese again. Though, we will offer her up to the Indians.
After a not-so-thorough examination and as a member of the Indian community, we would also like to humbly deny this offer. Maybe the Egyptians would be interested.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but there's no way. Gotta pass this one back to the white boys.
No.
So sad. I would say that she could always go for herself, but she's white, so she'd have to say no. The tabloids are lying about Matt James. The tea is scorching. I've never seen a cover-up like this. ABC has a bunch of snakes working for them. It's unreal. Gotta tell you about how the government is paying influencers to brainwash us about the vaccine. The truth comes out about the infamous Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction at the Super Bowl, and even more dirt on the same co-founder of BLM that we discussed yesterday. I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics. So here's the freaking sauce. The tabloids are lying about Matt James, and ABC is doing everything they can to convince the public that he isn't, or wasn't, trying to get back with Rachel Kirkconnell. It's totally because they think it would do damage to all their hard work that they've done at painting him as a social justice warrior and her as a racist. Reality Steve, gossip king of the Bachelor franchise, got all the scoop and discussed it on his podcast, which I have now broken down for you. Here's the truth. Matt has been trying to get back with Rachel since after the final rose. They have FaceTimed and texted every single day. He's been telling her he loves her, that he wants to be in a relationship. He even paid for a plane ticket for her to fly to New York City to see him.
Run.
A few days after that, Matt was in Miami, and around 9:30 or 10 p.m. called this other girl named Grace for the two of them to spend alone time together. He's been trying to date her since after the final rose too. She did not go to meet up with him.
You go, Glen Coco.
Well, a week after that, he's photographed at dinner with Rachel. Not good. So his team has now been working overtime to feed stories to the tabloids trying to cover these tracks.
It's a cover.
Last Wednesday, Grace calls Matt and asks, are you with Rachel? He lies and says no.
And who did you kiss?
The next day, Rachel is then made aware of Grace, and she confronts Matt. She says, we're over, and then she goes to hang out with the other girls from her season on The Bachelor.
Yeah, it's time to have a girls' night.
So last Friday, Rachel and Grace speak and swap stories. They basically find out they've both been getting played. Rachel hasn't talked to Matt since she found all this out, and that's what we know as of now.
This man is a whore. Has always been a whore, will probably always be a whore.
This all seems pretty legit too, because Reality Steve has seen the plane ticket and text between Matt and Rachel, and apparently his source for all of this information is Rachel's best friend. Love that for him. You're welcome for this breakdown. You can thank me by tapping the heart as a tip.
Thank you, that solves most of my problems.
Are you as sick as I am seeing every lint-licking influencer posting themselves getting the vaccine? Well, one influencer that you can trust, Courtney Dawn Moyer, who is a CUTEservative by the way, did some exposing on her Instagram stories a couple days ago. She revealed that her friend, another influencer, Allie, also known as Proverbs 31 Girl on Instagram, was offered $1,300 to do a vaccine collab.
I do pledge never to reveal what I receive in confidence here.
They said the government is literally paying influencers to tell people to get the vaccine, and showed the email that she was sent explaining how much they would pay her to post about the vaccine and special things that she was required to say.
Bro, we brainwashed out here, bro.
The rules of the paid campaign literally specify that you have to use those gift stickers on your story and talk about all the things that you're so excited to do once you have the vaccine, like hugging family members and seeing friends. Look out, Grandma! She's coming home!
This is really creeping me out.
Here's some of what Proverbs 31 Girl had to say about it.
And
just knowing that they had $1 billion in the stimulus to use, to advertise, to get this was a big red flag for me. And to know that they are paying people that you trust and love, it just doesn't sit right for something that is going into you that, we don't know the effects.
First of all, thank God we have people like Allie and Courtney out there who are bold and unafraid to tell the truth and not just take money for absolutely anything. Unfortunately, so many influencers that you like and follow do. So I just think it's a really important reminder that when everyone is posting about something, there's almost certainly a money trail behind it. Do not ever forget that scientists can be bought and paid for to promote certain agendas, just like politicians.
How can you know who to trust?
Janet Jackson's former stylist, who worked with her before the infamous 2004 Super Bowl halftime show with Justin Timberlake, has a book coming out. And in it, he shares for the first time the truth about that entire scandal. He says the whole thing was not an accident like Justin tried to paint it, but very intentional and all Justin's idea. He said Justin wanted this little slip up to happen so that he could outdo Britney and Madonna's famous kiss at the VMAs.
Everybody comes to Hollywood. They wanna make it in the neighborhood. They like the smell of it in Hollywood. How could it hurt you when it looks so good?
Yeah, he did look like he was fuming when that happened. After the attention he got was mostly negative, he tried to blame it all on a wardrobe malfunction. The stylist says privately Janet has forgiven Justin for it all, but can I just say, I have never liked him.
I got this feeling inside my bones.
Now, supposedly a source who was very close to the incident claims that this stylist is lying and that it feels like he's now just trying to sell a book. So, I don't know. What do you think?
Who's the bad guy?
All right, you know how I told you about how one of the co-founders of Black Lives Matter bought that $1.4 million house outside of Malibu? I mean, I thought it definitely wasn't a good look, and it's messed up that she chose to live in an almost exclusively white area, far away from all the chaos her organization likes to sow. But now it's come out that that isn't the only house Miss Patrice Kahn Cullors owns. She's got 4 gorgeous homes all over the country. Being oppressed has never been so lucrative.
Oh, what is going on here?
The New York Post, who I love, slapped this story on their cover and said, Black Lives Matter. Okay, so remember how I also told you that there's all these disgruntled Black Lives Matter chapters across the country? Well, the head of Black Lives Matter Greater New York City is now asking for an independent investigation to find out how BLM spends its money. When the truth comes out, it will feel so good to be able to say, I told you so.
I knew it! Oh!
Spicy stories of the day and my hot takes means it's Hot Take Tuesday.
Hot Take Tuesday.
Kelly Clarkson says every artist has had to go to the bathroom in their pants while performing, and that one time when she had to do more than number one, she had to grab a trash can and just go in that backstage, which is wild and fascinating because I have always wondered what happens if you're doing a live tour and suddenly you get the runs. Because, like, you gotta go, you gotta go.
Excuse me. You know where the crapper is? I have to do a very mysterious thing in there. Drop off some timber.
Really big news from the conservative front. Congressman Dan Crenshaw shared some scary stuff about his eye. He said in the eye that he does have left, his retina is detaching, so he has to have surgery in hopes that he doesn't lose his eyesight in that eye too. So keep him and his wife Tara in your prayers and that the surgery is successful.
Get well soon. We want you to get well. Get well soon. We want you to get well.
All right, and finally, here are the 2 best reels sent to me by CUTEservatives that I have to share just because they reminded them of me. First of all, everything that this guy says at the beginning, it really is me a few episodes ago ranting about Trader Joe's.
Does anyone know Trader Joe? I need his phone number and I need his Addy.
Amazing. And if you remember these shoes of mine, then that's really all I have to say. This one is Oscar worthy.
I bought what I will call the best sandal I'll ever own. Stop it. Stop it. She said, Early Learning Centre. I'm taking the label off, ready to commit. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I'll invite you to stop it. What? I might wear them with socks. Get off my back. You're not my real mum. Yep. Survey. Has anyone ever seen sandals better than these? You haven't.
All right, so I binged Firefly Lane on Netflix this weekend. Obsessed with it. If you want a good best friend story of their lives throughout the years and a lot of 70s and 80s nostalgia, you will love this. Season 1 definitely ends on cliffhangers for more seasons, which I am excited about. And the show is based on Kristen Hanna's book, and she's one of my favorite authors right now. Very, very good. 10 out of 10, highly recommend.
Should I be scared?
No.
It's like Carly Simon once said, these are the good old days.
Kate, come down.
You're crazy.
That's all we got for today. Make sure you like this episode if you didn't already. Tell me in the comments what you think about the influencer vaccine budget using our tax dollars. Share this episode to your stories to get the word out about that and hit that save button. We're back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It's pop culture without the propaganda every single day. I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics. Click below to watch yesterday's episode. Please subscribe, thumbs up, share this video, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss the CUTEservative. And make sure you're following this show at POPlitics on Instagram for even more CUTEservative content.